What's up guys, welcome back to the vlog. We have a bunch of stuff to do in such little time, but today we're finally going to be starting and putting on the power mods, and I'm just going to jump right into it today. We're going to do the fuel pumps first, and then if I have time, I'm going to disassemble the front. I'm going to go ahead and undo a lot of the piping, take out the stock intercooler so that we can have the car prepped and ready for dyno by Friday. So today's Wednesday. I actually ran into a little problem yesterday. My garage door opener motor thing finally got shot, and out of all days, I literally went to O'Reilly's and came back home yesterday, and then it was just shot. But now I got everything settled, so now we have 1 day less of having everything to do. So let's get this car backed up, prepped and ready to go. Now I am gonna try and record as much as I can. It's gonna be kind of difficult because my hands are just gonna be really dirty. I kind of want to make this video a little more educational as well, because just in case if there's anybody that wants to DIY the GTR R35, this is a video that they can look at. So I'll try and do my best to explain as much as I can, but again, we are pressed for time, so let's get this done. On second thought, I just realized this now, but I went ahead and took off the front bumper. As soon as I take out the fuel pumps, I won't be able to start the car and roll it back, just in case if I don't finish it in time today. So I figured let's just be safe. That way, as soon as it's done with the fuel pumps, I'm able to just go ahead and start working in the engine bay and taking off the intercooler. I'm really excited to work on everything in the engine bay because I just want to get rid of all this stock piping, and I think it's just gonna look a lot more aggressive. But we're gonna have to go and do some dirty work and work on the fuel pumps. I'm really not looking forward to do the fuel pumps because to me, I think that's just probably the most tedious and most hardest part. It's just that the fuel basket for the GTRs, it's really flimsy and it's plastic, and being that the car is about 12-13 years old already, I really don't want to mess it up. There's so many small little tabs that you have to undo, and it's just crazy. Right off the bat, first thing you want to do is take off the top cap, and then you're gonna undo the two electrical lines, because before you even take out the fuel pumps, you gotta depressurize the system. So let's go and do that right now. Now this isn't gonna be the most pleasant sounding, but that was fast. Okay, usually when you depressurize system, you're gonna hear it like crank like every so often. Well, I guess because we're running low on gas, so that's a plus. I thought it was gonna be something a lot more less present. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it should be good. So now all that's done, all we gotta do is take off the lines, undo the bolts, then we're gonna go ahead and fish out the fuel basket, and then as soon as I get it out, then I'll do a little bit more explaining for you guys. All right, now we got it all out. So everything comes off in like one big snaky piece. So main thing you gotta make sure is that there's this little tab for the fuel basket. So the way it's oriented, if you're looking at it from a downward angle, this is how it's gonna look like. So basically you're just gonna get your hand and you're gonna sneak under this little tab right here to just lift it up and then pull it back off the rail, and then everything comes right out. And then there's three lines right here that attach to it. Super easy, it's just little pins. All you gotta do is make sure you know which one is where. So you have a right angle and two straight lines, so you know which is the right angle. The one next to it's the middle, and on the right side I just use a zip tie on that line just to make sure it's all good. Now all we gotta do is just disassemble the basket. You see all these little tabs right here, and on this side as well. Pretty much we're just gonna lift everything up, that way we can take the top portion of it off, and then we're gonna expose the fuel pumps. So from there, everything is just strictly plug and play. Just gonna take off the fuel pump, or you're gonna take off the OEM fuel pumps and then put in the new ones. So we are gonna be running the AEM 340 LPH fuel pumps, and the way everything is disassembled, you just do it in reverse order, and then everything's gonna be all good. So let's get to it. All right, we finally got everything undone. All it is left is we're just gonna be taking out the fuel pumps. These are the filters right here. There's these 4 tabs all around each side of the fuel pump that we just gotta undo and pull it out. All we're gonna do is just unplug everything and plug everything back in and throw everything back into the car. All right, so now that we got everything fully assembled and back on, all we got to do is make sure we drop it in correctly. One thing to remember is when you put it back into the fuel tank, all you got to do is just have the rails, make sure they're all lined up so that it slides on correctly, because the last thing you want to do is just have your fuel assembly all just sputtering around in your fuel tank, and that's not good. Other than that, everything's straightforward, guys. Like honestly, like even though the GTR is a really expensive, or I should say really expensive, but it is a pricey car, but it's something that you can work on, and that's a big plus, and that's the reason why I wanted to have this project DIY. So let's go and get this in. One thing too that I forgot to mention that I meant to tell you guys is that if you guys looked at the fuel filters, like they're really short. So mind you guys, especially I think if it's for the CBA models, so like the 2009 to 2011, the fuel filters are quite small. One thing that I might do that I should have done is replace the fuel filters because this car is so old. For those of you guys that's going to be running ethanol a little bit more often, I think a good thing to do is go ahead and service your fuel filters every once in a while, especially if you do a lot of driving on ethanol. But I'm not going to be doing too much driving on ethanol because it's just hard to source here in Hawaii. I think it's okay for now, but that's something that we're going to have to address later on down the line. All right, so everything is all set. So now that's done, that means that we actually have a little bit of time to fool around with the engine bay. I think what I'm gonna do right now for the next hour before I go to work is I'm gonna undo the crash bar, and then if I can, I'm gonna go ahead and undo the intercooler already, and then I'll just work my way up from there. And by the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you guys subscribe. I'm gonna be posting vlogs every single Tuesday from here on out, and make sure you guys hit the bell for post notifications, because you never know, I might just post multiple vlogs in 1 week. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I can't believe, why is this helicopter? Anyways, subscribe to the channel, drop a like for today's video, and comment down below what horsepower you think we're gonna put down with this car after we do all the mods and with the flex fuel kit. I'm just hoping for over 600, but I'm gonna leave that up to you guys to guess. Alright, we got both stock intercoolers out. The stock intercoolers are a two-piece in comparison to the one-piece alpha that we're going to be putting on, but just to see how thick it is, we're going to go ahead and change that out. On the other hand, I unfortunately have to go to work, so we're going to continue this tomorrow. Probably when I get home tonight, I'm going to disassemble some of the stuff or some of the piping, and then maybe I might even throw in the new piping. But other than that, guys, we already got the fuel pumps taken care of, which that is a plus. And we already got a head start for what's going to happen in the next video. So stay tuned for that, guys. We are almost there. I'm telling you guys right now, none of this is really necessary as far as the intercooler piping and the bigger intercooler. Especially if you want to go full bolt-on, you really don't need an upgraded intercooler. It's not that necessary. I mean, it helps. If you guys are going for just someone on a budget, you really don't need it, because you can still probably hit around 600s on ethanol on a stock engine, stock turbo, stock trans GTR. So I'm just doing this just for the aesthetic, but who cares? We gotta add some aesthetic to it too. Well, I just got back home from work. I guess I'm gonna end today's video by answering some of your guys' questions. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys saw that I made a post and I had it up for about an hour. I said, ask me a question and I might answer it on my next vlogs. So I'm gonna do a couple of them today before I end today's video. So we're gonna go right into it. First one, someone asked me, why did you want a GTR? How do I say this? I guess if you guys followed me for quite some time, I kind of explained already, and I told you guys that I wasn't really looking for a GTR at the time. I've always wanted a GTR, but I just never thought I would get it this soon. But just the, how do I say it? Just the serendipity of everything and how everything played out. I was able to get the car like literally a week before college graduation. It just happened that someone posted it and they gave it to me for a stupid deal of a price. But the reason why I really want a GTR, I guess, is because it's just a car that I've always been fond of. And obviously, you know, like I'm a Fast and Furious fan like many of you guys. And I was a fan of Paul Walker. So just that and everything how tied in. But I just always wanted GTR. I always loved the fact that it was the supercar killer. And I'll stand by that to this day. Like a GTR is probably one of the best bang for your buck cars. Even though they are pretty pricey, but when you think about it in terms of like the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris and stuff, or like just the supercars, like if you want like supercar power but at more of like a budget price, GTR is the way to go. GTR R35, I should say. Like, you can literally daily 1,000+ horsepower GTR. Like, I'm not gonna do that anytime soon. Maybe one day I might, but I just want a GTR because I was just always a fan of the GTR lineup. And yeah. Anyways, next question. Someone asked me, how much have you spent on the R35? I'm actually gonna make a video of that as soon as the car is done and painted. Now I do have other plans for the GTR, but I guess I'll do like how do I say it? Like a build cost, so to say, for the time being. So as soon as the car is done and painted, I do want to make a video of how much I spent in total on the GTR. The price that I actually paid for everything, it might be pretty surprising, so be on the lookout for that video. But next one, someone asked me, how much power are you planning on pushing the GTR? So again, my car is a first gen, so I'm really just looking for anything over 600. If I get into like the 620s, 630s, I'll be super happy with that. But again, you know, the GTR trans is not that strong, so to say. But in terms of horsepower wise, I do want to have it at around 600 on ethanol. I live in Hawaii, guys, so you don't really need that much power. And I've said this many times, the higher build or the higher horsepower you go for a car, it's just, you're just digging more money into your account. So if you got the funds for it, hey, do it. But for me, I think I'll be happy with about 600 plus. But, and I guess I'll answer this last one. Someone asked, when is the GTR going to be POW? Like, or for those of you guys that don't know what POW means, it's like pigeon for finished. But I am trying to get the GTR finished by the end of August. I have the car registered for Spocom, just in case if the car is going to be finished by that time. I'm hoping that it is, but if it's not, it's whatever. But I'm really trying to get it to August, or I'm truly trying to get it finished by August. So we'll see about that. I'm crossing my fingers. We're almost there, guys. Literally, after we're done with the rest of the power mods, I'm taking it to Nestor's. We're gonna get it serviced. We're gonna get everything settled out with the trans, and then we're taking it to the dyno. So I'm probably like 2 or 3 videos behind, or I already have like 2 or 3 videos lined up for you guys. But if you guys made it this far in this video, you guys are true OGs of the channel. Hopefully one day we can take this to a lot bigger and bigger and bigger things, because I just enjoy making videos. And even though I'm not like the super best at it, it's just something that I really enjoy and something that I really want to invest my time into, and just trying to learn and how to do all this stuff. But again, it's all for the love of cars, and the dream is always just to build and have fun with cool cars. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I'm going to end it right there. If you guys haven't done so, please make sure you guys smash the like button, drop a comment down below, and if you guys haven't done so, subscribe. So make sure you guys subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, you guys are all called to be great in your own way, and always to remember, challenge your standards.